Hey everybody, my name is Addison and welcome to Aloe Gospel Music. I recently had the opportunity to talk with Mr. D.A. Bourne. Mr. Bourne is a rapper, a husband, and a father of four, but he's also an author. He's written several books, including his newest series, Love, Faith, and Hip Hop. Mr. Bourne wants to bring life and integrity through urban fiction, and he also wants to shine a light on what it really means to be a Christian hip hop artist and the challenges that come along with it. Now, me and DA talked about a lot of interesting things. So without further ado, check out the interview. Welcome, and let's jump right into it. So first of all,
Right.
could you just tell us about yourself, your origin story, how you got into writing, how you got into hip hop, all of that. Just tell me about all the things that brought you to this place.
Well, I guess I don't know. I started enjoying hip hop probably around late '80s, and I wanted to pursue, uh, a career in hip hop, and I, you know, did rapping and all that stuff, and mostly, Christian hip hop and stuff, and been doing for was doing for a long time. Never really got into making an album. I wanted to, but I never got the chance to. And then it was just probably around the late 2000s where I decided, I've always had a love for writing, and then I just decided to pursue writing and writing novels, preferably, like Christian fiction. And but that love of hip hop always stuck with me, whether, growing up in Bahamas and growing up in Canada and living near the US and stuff. And it just but yeah, it was just something in me. I wanted to write about, a hip hop novel. So in 2011, no, 2012, I started writing a book called Unshaken. And pretty
Okay.
much it's this book that we're talking about right now, Love, Faith, and Hip Hop. I decided to um redo it and focus it more for the, Christian hip hop culture.
Okay. Great. Um, so you said you've kind of always been into writing, like since childhood, since like college. This is something you've kind of always done?
More so in in college, I think. I always enjoyed English and stuff, but yeah, that's when I
Okay.
really plugged into it.
Okay. So, is authoring like your main career? Is it like your side hustle? Is it something that you have to balance with something else? Or this is kind of like your
Yeah,
bread and butter?
I wish it was my full time thing, but for now, it's been a side hustle for a while. The author journey is always a challenge in terms of making it full time, but it's always been a part of me. I'm a full time. I mean, I got a family, wife and four kids, so I have to make ends meet until these books start, taking off. So.
Right. And
Mhm.
so far, I know of 4 books you have, the 2 volumes of Love, Faith, and Hip Hop, and, the other name is escaping me, something about a weekend. Um,
Oh, the Fat Five series. Yeah.
yes, okay. And
Mhm.
so, those are all your novels in total?
No, I have another series as well. It's called No More Hate, No More Hate
Okay.
series. This takes place during the pandemic year, and it involves a group of auto workers who go through a lot of racial conflict, and it takes place in the midst of 2020 during the whole George Floyd thing, the pandemic, and all that stuff. So it's a really in depth look at racism and how we as Christians should react to it. So,
Okay.
mhm.
Um, so you, you said you've done some rapping. How much of the novel Love, Faith, and Hip Hop was gleaned from real life? How much of it reflected on your real life and real life experiences?
Uh, yeah,
Or were
not.
you, like, living vicariously through the characters you wrote about?
I guess you know what. The main character, um, Lamar LA3. I mean, I kind of put a little bit incorporated into it a little bit. But what really got me wanting to write a book about love, faith, and hip hop was, I mean, while I was rapping, it was a few years back, and I was at a church. It was a small church, and we there was a guest speaker there, and this was a well renowned artist or whatever. And they they got on there and they started talking, and then all of a sudden, conversation shifted towards Christian rap, and he was saying that um rap was of the devil and it doesn't belong in the church. And this is right in the pulpit. And then, he's a guest speaker. And then all of a sudden, it being a small church and everything, and everybody and the people there knew I rapped, all of a sudden, all faces turned to me. And I just, just got a whole, I was so embarrassed. I was so embarrassed. I felt like, I need to, I just wanted to like run out of there, but obviously I couldn't. But it was just that experience alone, and just the way how people are so um caught in tradition. Some Christians are caught in tradition and religion, and not wanting to embrace change, and ways of reaching out to the young people. And it just sparked something in me, and I feel like, I can actually write a actual story about it, because all the pioneers of Christian hip hop, they all had similar experiences with this. They had to deal
Right.
with all of that hate that they were getting from other Christians not believing in what they're doing. And even so, like, even with today's hip hop artists, a lot of them have not had to experience what the pioneers have had to go through. So I feel like, I had to
Right.
write a book for that.
And I
you know
think it's important that you did that. There isn't a whole heap of media in the Christian hip hop space. You have your Rapzillas and stuff like that. Christian hip hop is just now got its documentary earlier this year, and so you get to hear some of those stories.
yeah.
So, to put a new perspective on it, to hear it, a more in-depth story, even though it's fictional, it kind of gives you to some perspective into what being a Christian rapper is like and everything like that. And I think it's a source of information and entertainment and something very timely in this day and age.
Yeah.
So tell me a little bit about your rap career. What was your rap name? Where did you perform and stuff like that?
Well, I really got started when I was living in Windsor. That's a border city, right north of Michigan. I mean, Detroit, Michigan. And so I went by the name of Airborne, um,
Okay.
stemming from my last name. And I just did a lot of different. I mean, my church would allow me to rap on stage and stuff, so I took advantage of it. And within the community, I also started tried to get in any open acts or whatever as possible. Tried to get in any churches, youth groups, and tried to start a hip hop community in the Windsor, in the city of Windsor. And it sparked something. It was something I was passionate about. I just, for some reason, I never really um put the finances into towards putting an album out. And then then I moved to Toronto, and I got involved with it some more as well. But for some reason, I don't know what it was. I don't know if it was just I wasn't supposed to bring out an album or not, but it just never happened. But it's always stemmed with me. The culture is always I've always wanted to see it develop, always wanted to see it grow. And it's always a part of me. It's
Okay. Alright. Is it something you would ever consider doing again, like today? Do you still like write in a musical form?
No, not anymore. I think it was literally. I think it was after once the pandemic hit, and I was seeing the struggles that um, artists were going through at that time, and then I was just my desire for it just kind of, it was just all focused on writing novels at that point. So no, I
Okay.
don't really write lyrics anymore, and we'll
All
do a
right.
little freestyle here and there, but
All right. So, you said you've always admired the hip hop culture. Who are some of your favorite Christian hip hop artists? Who did you grow up listening to? Who are you listening to now?
well, let's see who got me. Who were the first? I think PID, DC
Okay.
Talk. Those were the ones that really got me into SFC. Really,
Right.
and then I delved into, I love gospel gangsters.
Okay.
And yeah, I got into cross movement. I was more
Okay.
into the East Coast, but it's crazy now. I like West Coast more than East Coast now, anyway. But yeah, cross movement. And there's a lot of variety of the artists but those were the main ones that really encouraged me to always want to do hip hop.
Okay. Yeah, and who are you listening to now?
Yeah. Kids at school, we have Boost Radio on throughout the day. So, but my favorite artist probably I like I like Lecrae. I
Okay.
also like NF. I like the God Over Money crew.
Okay.
One day, I don't have a really flat out favorite, but those ones will
Okay.
probably, yeah, in those five. So
Were you like a frequent like concert goer? Did you like get to go to those concerts of those artists?
when I lived in Windsor, yeah, yeah, like
Okay.
Detroit had concerts all the time, so I always tried to jump across and see a lot of the concerts. Not so much in Toronto. I don't know, Toronto, they're a little bit more traditional, so you don't see the hip hop concerts as much. But
Oh, okay.
I mean, probably the most recent one I saw was KB and Hovey a few months back. But yeah, I mean,
Nice.
I love the concert scene. That's probably what even encouraged me more to want to do Christian hip hop.
Okay, yeah. I live in a small city in Alabama. Nobody ever comes here in the
Oh, for
Christian
real?
hip hop space. So I haven't really been able to really go to any concerts, but it's something I definitely want to do in the near
Okay.
future. In the near future. Okay, so what are some of the things you are up to now? Any books like you have coming up next, anything you're looking to work on? Um,
Well, um, I'm working on a nonfiction book right now. I want to try to encourage people to write, to actually write that novel. There's so much people out there who they want to write a novel, but they never, not a novel, they want to write a book, but they never take that next step in actually doing it. So I'm currently working on a book to help people write. So it'll be
help
my
other
first
writers.
nonfiction book. And I want to complete the Fat Five series that I have right now. It's four books are out. I have two more that I want to write.
Okay.
But also I'm trying to scope to see if Christian hip hop listeners will actually um read Love, Faith, and Hip Hop, because if they do, if I see an interest in it, it might lead me to write more in that culture as well. So
Yes, and that's one of the reasons I wanted to do this interview is to put more awareness out there because I think this is really cool and more people should read it.
mhm,
I'm definitely ordering my copy as soon as I get done with this. So
yeah,
I read the first few pages of the preview, but mine
okay,
hasn't come yet. But
okay.
um but yeah, I want this. Now this is a small channel. I don't have a whole lot of followers or anything.
Mhm,
I'm hoping more people will
okay.
see it and become aware, and I'm definitely going to add links to your your work in the video in post.
I appreciate that.
All right. Um, let's see. Do I have anything else? All right. I thought I had another question, but it's escaping me at the moment. I apologize. Um, but yeah,
Oh,
I just want to say thank you so much. Like I said, this is my first interview. I have a very small channel. So,
oh, the first.
thank you.
Oh,
So yeah,
hey,
thank you very much
yeah,
for giving me this boost and this opportunity. I was really excited about it. And so I'm hoping, I'm not expecting this to get millions of views, but hopefully we'll get some good traction.
yeah.
And of course, I'm going to write the article for Track Stars as well. So you should get
Okay,
some traction there. But yes, thank you so much for doing this. It's been a pleasure meeting you.
yeah, no
I'll
problem.
give you a more say again.
Actually, I want to ask you, how did you get into Christian hip hop? I was.
Oh, for sure. So with my age, I guess I started listening to Christian hip hop in about 2014, maybe when I started high school.
Mhm,
Um, there was a guy in my computer class. We were allowed to listen to music during class, and so he was always playing stuff. And so I started off with Lecrae and Tripoli and a lot of the Reach Records people at the time. Um, then through YouTube and Pandora, I started getting into all the other stuff that it suggested to me.
mhm.
I really got into the cross movement, and then it just kind of boiled over from there. And then I started listening to PIDs and SFCs and all that
Oh, you
kind of
went way
stuff.
back. Okay.
Yeah, I
Mhm.
really like a lot of the older stuff. In gospel, I listen to a lot of 80s and 90s music, and kind of the same thing in Christian hip hop. But I listen to all of it. So, yes. And
Yeah,
then I
I
started
think
yeah,
it
go
would
ahead,
be
go ahead.
nice if. No, I was just saying it'd be nice if some of the current artists would connect more with the rappers of yesterday. You know what I mean? I think it would be nice, even like a forum or something for them to even just talk. You know what I mean? Because I don't even know if a lot of them understood the doors that they open for them now, where they can,
Right,
go to a concert and get, $50,000 or whatever, how much ever, they could actually have a full-time career from this, from doing Christian hip hop. And back in the day, it was a struggle. I mean, you did so many shows for free. I mean, you'd be happy if you got $100 from a show or something.
right.
It was a struggle. So it would be nice if, I liked what,
Yeah,
Mic Drop. I haven't watched it yet, but I do intend to watch that. But yeah, it would be nice to
right.
for the
Yeah,
killer
you
to
should
get
watch
me.
it. It's definitely interesting.
Hmm.
Yeah, there needs to be like a good round table. Get the old, get the new, and everybody come together. Maybe at one of the Flavor Fest or something like that.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah, that'd be good for
but
sure.
yes, that's something I would really like to see, just how it's evolved over time and everybody's experiences just kind of getting to come together. One of the things I really liked in the Mic Drop documentary was they were saying at the Dove Awards, even though they weren't really getting nominated for a lot of things, everyone in the Christian hip hop community would just come together and have meetings and talk about their different experiences and stuff. I thought it
Mm,
was really cool. It's almost like a family reunion of sorts. So
yeah,
I'd love to see that again in today's culture. So
that would be good. That would be good. Definitely. Yeah, but
right.
yeah, no, I appreciate, these avenues that are opening up and um bringing awareness and like like even before with as expressed in the Rapzilla article, I wrote it for a romance audience, because originally when I wrote Unshaken, it was a cover, like Love Haven Hip Hop was called Unshaken. The cover was a cassette tape. I couldn't bring that same thing out to reach to a lot of people, so I made it in the romance genre. But now I'm kind of shifting back, so hopefully
Okay.
we'll see what happens.
Yeah, I saw the article and I was like, I'm surprised nobody else is talking about this. So I'm really glad you I just gave you a follow. You reached out to me and I'm very glad you did that. So thank
Yeah,
you so much.
Yeah, no problem. You know, and I think what it is that a lot of listeners who listen to music don't read a lot. So if they shift into, reading, they'll hopefully be pleasantly surprised at, you know,
Right. Oh,
what
I
was
remembered my other question. So with the novels that you've written, would you ever be interested in any of them turning into like a movie?
oh yeah, definitely. The way I write. I always write my books with the intention that it's a movie. So even when you read it, you feel like you're watching a movie. That's always been my intention. I would love for any of those books to become either like a series or a movie. So yeah, most definitely.
Yes. That's
Mm.
another thing we need, I feel like, in the space and in the community. So I hope that that happens.
Yeah,
So,
yeah, that would be good. We just need people to open those doors and let it happen. So.
right.
Mhm.
All right. So that's all I have. Thanks again. I'm gonna give you a more proper introduction in post. I'm gonna add it to the video. But
Yeah, no worries.
yes, thank you so
Appreciate it.
much. It was a pleasure talking to you.
All right,
Hopefully we'll get a chance to chat again
for
one
sure.
day. But
Yeah, man.
yes, appreciate it so much. Thank you.
All right. Thank you.
All
Have a
right.
great
You
day.
have a good one.
All right, you too.